And a deserved ovation from the fans here at the Staples Center. Howard for three. Oh! Howard knocks down the three-pointer. The big guy, 28 points, 20 rebounds, and an historic three. Everybody's smiling.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now by the time I drop this video, we should have 100 subscribers. I just want to thank you guys in advance, because I wouldn't keep making these videos if it wasn't for you guys' support. So thanks again. But enough of all that. Let's get into this video. Dwight Howard was once considered one of the most dominant big men in the game. It was even debatable that he was one of the best players in the league at the time. With comparisons to the Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, he was destined to be great. But fast forward to 2018, it seems as if he's more of a forgotten name. What happened to Dwight Howard? Even from the beginning, Dwight Howard was always a player who had to carry a lot of pressure. He was one of the top high school players in the country, and he is actually one of the select few that was drafted right out of high school. And to put in perspective how good he was, even though he was drafted straight out of high school, he was still drafted first overall to the Orlando Magic. He had the spotlight on him at a very young age. The NBA scouts was talking very highly about him, saying things like, "You look at everything Howard can do, and you think maybe he could be one of the best players of all time." A little bit of a broad statement to say, but that just goes to show how much potential he had. The scouts felt as if he had certain attributes that helped him stand out. And being 6'10" and weighing 240 pounds straight out of high school, he was definitely a player that you can build your team around. And that's exactly what the Magic did. His rookie season in 2004 was a decent season. Although it was more of a transition year, nonetheless, he still put up some decent numbers. He averaged a double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds, and he chipped in 2 blocks per game. He was just an all-around stud who could bring energy to the game. Dwight Howard came in the league setting a lot of records. At the time, he was one of the youngest players to average a double-double. He was also one of the youngest players to ever record at least 20 rebounds in a game. He was just dominating the glass. He was making a name for himself, and it seemed as if he was living up to the hype too. And with all this success, you would assume that he would end up winning Rookie of the Year, right? But that just wasn't the case. In the Rookie of the Year voting, he finished in 3rd place, losing to Emeka Okafor. Now can you believe that? This goes to show you that even though someone's considered better than you, as long as you work hard and believe in yourself, you can surpass your competition.
Never give up on your dreams. Keep smiling.
But that's exactly what Dwight Howard did. He worked on his game all offseason, and he was determined to come back bigger and better than ever before. He reported to training camp with crazy gains. He put on 20 pounds of pure muscle, and the coaching staff felt that he should be moved from the power forward position to the center position. I mean, he had the extra meat on him now, so he could hold his own. This was literally the creation of Superman. His averages increased each year, and by the 2008 through 2009 season, he was definitely considered a franchise player. He recorded his first triple-double with 30 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 blocks. And in that same season, he became the youngest player in league history to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. And also in that same season, he even led his team to the NBA Finals. This was by far one of his best seasons, hands down. During the finals, Dwight Howard was showing out. He was putting up big numbers. Like in Game 4, he put up 16 points, 21 rebounds, and 9 blocks. But due to the fact that they were playing Kobe and the Lakers, it just wasn't enough. The Magic ended up losing the series 4-1. It's kinda sad. Looking back at how Dwight Howard actually had a chance to win it all, and knowing now that he would never make it to the NBA Finals ever again, it's pretty heartbreaking. The next couple seasons, he still maintained his usual stat line, the 20 and 10 type of guy, but he just couldn't get his team to that high level of success anymore. They just lost that juice that they once had. During the lockout season in 2012, Dwight Howard felt as if the Magic organization wasn't doing enough to build the championship contending team. And during the 2012 to 2013 season, Dwight Howard was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. During this time, the Lakers were trying to build a dynasty. With Hall of Famers Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, and Dwight Howard, they were hyped up to be the league's new Big Three. With so many superstars on one team, you would think that it would be nothing less than three-peats. nothing less than titles. But unfortunately, it was the exact opposite. Dwight Howard sustained a couple injuries around this time, but instead of sitting out, he decided to play through the pain. Even though most people blamed him for the failed season, he felt as if it wasn't his fault. Dwight felt that Kobe was a ball hog and he just didn't give him enough touches. With them constantly butting heads, the organization realized that they made a mistake. The vision that they had for the team just wasn't a reality. The next season he ended up leaving LA and he decided to sign with the Houston Rockets. This was definitely a better fit for him. Playing mostly pick and roll and also defending the paint, he was able to easily adjust to his new team. He averaged 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He was playing decent ball, even though he was still battling injuries. Even though he was producing on a decent squad, it just wasn't enough to get back to the NBA Finals. These were the last of the good days from Dwight Howard. I mean, don't get me wrong, he still produced some decent numbers later on with the Atlanta Hawks in 2016 and the Charlotte Hornets in 2017. But he's just not as effective as he once was. The NBA has evolved. They moved from the traditional post-up center position to the more small ball play style. The league is just not the same. He recently just signed with the Washington Wizards for a 2-year deal. He still has some juice left in the tank, but his type of play style is just not that big of a demand anymore. We'll see what he does this upcoming season though. I believe he is still effective, but we'll see. Peace.